Good morning, everyone, or maybe good evening. I don't know. So today we are going to continue the chapter that we've started, which is called Perfect or Desperate Housewives. So let's start with a quick recap on the different documents that we've already studied in class. So we started by studying those three documents about the stereotypes of the perfect housewife in the 1950s in the USA. And then last time we studied this, and normally, and I say normally, you had to leave a comment on the blog about your reactions after reading this guide. So please, when I ask you to do something, do it. So if you haven't done it yet, well, it's time to do it. And today, we are going to work on Desperate Housewives. So Desperate Housewives was a series released in 2003, 2004, I can't remember. A massive success in the USA and a massive success all around the world. So today we're going to focus on two different characters, but before focusing on them, let me introduce you all the characters. So from the left to the right, on the left, the blonde girl is called Edie. Then we've got Bree. In the middle, we've got Susan. On the right, we've got Lynette. And on the right, we've got Gabrielle. So today we're going to start with Bree Vanderkamp, which is a very interesting character in this series. So on the left, you've got a picture of her. I leave you a few seconds to find the 5 characteristics of the perfect housewife. So, did you find them? We've got the perfect blow dry, okay, she's got the perfect hair. Then we've got the pearl necklace, and she also got pearl earrings as well. Then we've got the apron, of course. We've got the smile, okay, never forget that a housewife always has to smile when her husband comes from work. And to finish, we've got a pie, because she spent all day long cooking delicious dishes for her perfect husband. And now we're going to focus on the second character, who is Lynette Scavo. So let me give you a few information about her. So Lynette Scavo, she's married and she has got 4 children, and actually she didn't really choose to be a mom, because before that she had a fantastic career. She was really, really good at her job, and she had to leave her career so she could stay at home and her husband could work. So today we're going to study 2 different scenes from Desperate Housewives, and the first one is about Bree Vanderkamp's family. So in a few seconds you are going to watch a video of a particular scene, and I really want you to focus on 2 different things. So watch the video. In this scene, what is the problem about and what is the general atmosphere? Before we start watching the extract, let me tell you that the audio is in English, but the subtitles, they are not in English, they are not in French, they are in Swedish. Okay, so don't be too surprised, it's going to be okay. And if you want to learn Swedish, well, maybe that's time. Let's go for the scene.
Why can't we ever have normal soup?
Danielle, there's nothing abnormal about basil puree.
Just once. Couldn't we have a soup that people have heard of? Like French onion or navy bean.
First of all, your father can't eat onions. He's deathly allergic, and I won't even dignify your navy bean suggestion. So, how's the ossobuco?
That's okay.
It's okay. Andrew, I spent 3 hours cooking this meal. How do you think it makes me feel when you say it's okay in that sullen tone?
Who asked you to spend 3 hours on dinner?
Excuse me?
Tim Harper's mom gets home from work, pops open a can of pork and beans, and boom, they're eating. Everyone's happy.
You'd rather I serve pork and beans?
Apologize now, I am begging.
I'm saying, do you always have to serve cuisine? Can't we ever just have food?
Are you doing drugs?
What?
Change in behavior is one of the warning signs, and you have been as fresh as paint for the last 6 months. It certainly would explain why you're always locked in the bathroom.
Trust me, that is not what he is doing.
Shut up. Mom, I'm not the one with the problem here, all right? You're the one always acting like she's running for mayor of Stepford.
Rex, seeing that you're the head of this household, I would really appreciate you saying something.
Pass the salt.
Why can't we ever have normal soup?
Danielle, there is nothing abnormal.
Did you like the Swedish subtitles? So that was the first scene, and now you are going to compare it to another scene, which is this time about Lynette. So you watch the video, and my question is, how does Lynette feel in this scene and why? Let's go.
Normal about basil puree.
Just once, can we have a soup that people have heard of? Like French onion.
No, Tara, you can't do this to me. Because I need you home. Boys, stop it. I am on the phone. Well, yeah, I realize it's not your fault that the meeting got postponed, but you promised you'd be back tonight. I gotta go. The kids are... Yeah, I know. You're sorry. Just, will you try and get back as soon as you can? Okay, bye. Boys, would you please stop it? Really, Mommy's got a headache, okay? Just, Turn that damn thing off! What's the matter with you? Why won't you listen to me? You annoy me!
Well, that was pretty intense. So now you are going to watch Bree's scene again, and you are going to answer the following questions, and those questions we're going to correct it right after, like in a few slides. So please, you watch the scene again, and my 3 questions are: what is Daniel complaining about, what is Bree's question, and what is Andrew's question? So watch the scene, try to, so those questions are at the very beginning. So you watch the scene and you try to answer those questions, and in a few seconds we're going to correct it. So now that you have watched the scene a second time, question number 1, what is Daniel complaining about? So Daniel is complaining because she would like to have a normal soup, but for Bree, there is nothing abnormal about a basil puree. Well, okay. So now, what is Bree's question? It is, so how's the ossobuco? Okay, because she spent like 3 hours in the kitchen to cook this perfect and delicious meal. And Andrew's answer is... It's okay, which was very disappointing for Bree. So now please, you open your copybooks, and that is very strange to say, like open your copybooks, and we are not even in the classroom, and let me explain you what you are going to do now. So You've got this. So you take a copybook, you open them, you write the date. On the right, you write the title in red always. On the left of the slide, you've got a paper that is on Pronote, okay, and you are going to work on this paper, so please print it. If you can't print it, it's okay, you just, you know, write question 1, 2 and 3, and this is how we're going to work. So I've divided the classroom into, the class in 2 different groups, so pupils A and pupils B. If you are pupils A, you are going to watch a Breeze scene again, and you are going to work on Breeze scene, basically. And for pupils B, I think that you understood, and you are going to work on Lynette's scene. So this document is on Pronote, so you open it, you read it, you answer those questions, and to answer them, you can either, you know, like answer them in the copybook, good for you, but you have to, it's not a choice, you have to leave a comment on the blog with all your answers, and please just tell if you are working on Brie or on Lynette, so like that it'll be easier to correct, and you can see everyone's reactions. And when we are going to see each other again, I don't know when, in 1 week, in 2 weeks, who knows, it's easier for me on the blog to have all the comments so I can go through, and it's just easier for everyone. So go on the blog, I will leave you all the links on Pronote, okay? You go on it and you leave the comment, and you will have all the explanations. Well, that was very strange to talk to my computer for the past 11 minutes and 15 seconds. But I hope you liked it. If you like it, tell me. If you didn't like it, don't tell me. Have a good day, have a good night, and I'm going to talk to you very soon again. Bye-bye.
Do this to me because I need you home. Boys, stop it, I am on the phone. Well, yeah, I realize it's not your fault that the meeting got postponed, but you promised you'd be back tonight. I gotta go. The kids are... Yeah, I know. You're sorry. Just, will you try and get back as soon as you can? Okay, bye. Boys, would you please stop it? Really, Mommy's got a headache, okay? Just, Turn that damn thing off! What's the matter with you? Why won't you listen to me? You want to...
Or navy bean.
First of all, your father can't eat onions. He's deathly allergic, and I won't even dignify your navy bean suggestion. So, how's the ossobuco?
It's okay.
It's okay. Andrew, I spent 3 hours cooking this meal. How do you think it makes me feel when you say it's okay in that sullen tone?
Who asked you to spend 3 hours on dinner?
Excuse me?
Tim Harper's mom gets home from work, pops open a can of pork and beans, and boom, they're eating. Everyone's happy.
You'd rather I serve pork and beans?
Apologize now, I am begging.
I'm saying, do you always have to serve cuisine? Can't we ever just have food?
Are you doing drugs?
What?
Change in behavior is one of the warning signs, and you have been as fresh as paint for the last 6 months. It certainly would explain why you're always locked in the bathroom.
Trust me, that is not what he is doing.
Shut up. Mom, I'm not the one with the problem here, all right? You're the one always acting like she's running for mayor of Stepford.
Rex, seeing that you're the head of this household, I would really appreciate you saying something.
Pass the salt.